up, guys? It's raining cats and dogs here in Southern California. That's why my beanie's wet and I got this big jacket on. And let's talk about design. All right, so this one comes in from Ian. We'll just call people by their first names. Basically wrote to me saying that he has this design for a bar cabinet project that's heavily based on designs that he's seen on my channel. And he's just looking for a little feedback. So let's just hop right in and get to it. In looking at his design, the first thing that I notice is that it kind of feels like, it definitely has that mid-century modern look, which is obviously what Ian is going for. So that's good. He pulled that off. But I feel like he's maybe working a little too hard. He's almost got a few different ideas all coming together in one thing. And to me, it's a little disjointed. It's almost like a kind of Frankenstein type project where the bottom looks like it's a self-contained piece and then the top feels like it's a self-contained piece and it's just kind of slapped on top of it. It doesn't feel cohesive enough. So I would actually recommend simplifying on a project like this. Here, let's just kind of look at what I mean by the two separate pieces. So the top piece on the left there, that's obviously very similar to the catch-all video that I made. And then the part on the right, the cabinet part, that's kind of, it uses a base that I use a lot and I like that design. So what I would do is get rid of that bottom base. Maybe you can save that style for another piece. It's not like this is the last thing you're ever going to design and build. So, if you really like that base, save it for another project. There'll be another time to use it. So you don't have to cram every design idea that you have into this project. In fact, I'm just kind of thinking off the top of my head right now, but it's probably a good rule of thumb generally is that you don't want to cram too many ideas into one piece. It's probably going to end up looking too confusing. I know with any kind of art, usually the hardest part is actually editing yourself. You'll come up with these ideas and then you'll take it too far and it's really easy to get carried away. But what you want to do is actually pull back and restrain yourself a bit. So I think that this piece would benefit a lot from doing that. So I would actually do something like this, which is really similar to a piece that I already built right here sitting behind me called the Mean Old. I'll throw some pictures of that up right here. I think that kind of makes it a little bit simpler and just a little bit more cohesive looking. I would also, if you can, in order to make the legs a little bit wider than they would have to be otherwise, I would make that top shelf come out a little further. I don't know what the exact dimensions are of this. I think this is significantly smaller than this piece behind me, which is, probably like 6'8" or so. This isn't exactly the same as what you had going on in the base on the other piece. I just worry that type of base that's on the other piece probably wouldn't support something this large. So I would kind of beef it up a little bit by at least having two vertical supports on either side, one in the front and one in the back. Other than that, I know this looks drastically different in a way from what you initially had, but it's really not that different. You're keeping your cabinet and your shelf and, all the same functionality that you had. You're just kind of going away from having two different pieces. And I'm not saying that first drawing looks bad. It looks fine. I just feel like there's just too many things going on. Again, I feel like maybe you were just trying to cram two ideas into one piece. So that's pretty much it. Keep it short. That's my recommendation. Obviously, there's no right solution. These are just my ideas. If you disagree, if you agree, write in. Let me know what you think. That's all I got to say for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.